Hi friends, so good to see you. I am finally sitting outside. This is a novelty almost for me to be able to come and sit outside and record this video for y'all. It has been so cold and so dreary in the Pacific Northwest where I live, and I can't tell you how excited I am to just be sitting outside filming something. It might be a little bit noisy and we might be forced to go back in because I do live close to an airfield, and so there's lots of flights that go by and helicopters that fly, so it does get a little noisy, but hopefully we'll be able to record. So anyway, in today's video I wanted to just do a little bit of a garden tour with y'all. This last weekend I tried very hard to get outside. Saturday it just poured down rain, and then on Sunday I was able to get out and do some work in the yard, but I was not able to film everything because I did a lot of work in between rain spurts. And so I did get a little bit of sunburn though. I do have a little sunburn across my nose. So it was sunny for a little bit, but anyway, so I didn't get a lot of footage. So I'm going to try something just a little bit different with today's video and just kind of walk you guys through everything that I did this weekend. And I did do a couple of DIYs. Of course, the lanterns we did together last week, but this week I did do a few things, and so we will I'll just kind of walk you through. We'll just do a tour. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. So it is a little bit different, and I hope you guys enjoy. So come along with me as we just walk around and tour the garden. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to do today is for this little garden, porch, deck, patio makeover is take a little trip to the greenhouse because I need to get some flowers so that we can plant them together. So that's what we'll do. I'll just take you guys along as we head out to do a little shopping at the greenhouse. Okay, we are back from our shopping trip, and this is everything that I got. It was a lot, and oh my goodness, y'all, I'm a little astounded at the prices right now. I mean, I know inflation is hitting all of us everywhere, but good grief, I was kind of hoping that it hadn't quite hit the garden section yet, but apparently it did. So anyway, this is everything that we got on our shopping trip today, and now we will just get busy planting. So the first area that I want to start working on today is the deck. So I will take y'all on up and we will start. It's pretty much a big mess from after the winter season. So I'll take y'all up to the deck and we will get started on our deck project. Oh my gosh, you guys, I came out here and I was walking down the stairs, and I looked down and there was this little string that made a perfect and symbol. Isn't that funny? I thought it was funny anyway. I mean, you don't see that all the time. My sweet little Twixie is in almost every shot, I feel like. She's my little pal. She follows me everywhere that I go. So I have some plants that I've had in the past just along all the deck rails, but this year I wanted to give that a little bit of a spruce up. So we are going to start by painting these planters that I found at Walmart. I got them not Walmart, I'm sorry. I got them at Lowe's, and they were pretty inexpensive, but I didn't like the color. They were in that terracotta color. So that's the first thing we're gonna do is get those painted, and then we'll attach them to the deck and plant some flowers in there. So once I finish painting all of our pots, we'll now get them attached to the deck, and I am just using some screws to attach them. And then we can do the fun part and fill them with dirt and plant. Okay, so because it was pouring down rain on Saturday, I decided to spend the day indoors working on sewing some cushions for the chairs that are on my deck, which I will show you guys right up here in the corner. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and spend the afternoon doing that since it is literally pouring down. Well, it's not pouring down rain as I'm filming this, but on that particular day it was pouring down rain. So we're just gonna spend a little time in the studio sewing up some cushions for my chairs outside. So for our sewing project today, we're just going to need a few supplies, some fabric of your choice, whatever you prefer, some zippers, scissors, and of course a sewing machine or thread and needle. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could always sew this by hand. And I'm just going to cut these at 28 by 28 to fit the size of my chair. And then I'm going to sew a big seam with just a whip stitch for our zipper. Then we're gonna pin our zipper into place before we take it to the sewing machine and sew. And I'm going to sew the zipper right on into our fabric. I sure make it look easy here, but y'all, I always struggle with zippers a little bit. They're never as easy as they look. Although I say that, and then I sew zippers in almost everything I do, so maybe they are easier than I think they are. I don't know. And so here I'm just opening up the seam that will reveal our zipper, and this little zipper method, sewing method that I use, it's easier than some, but it's also a little bit tricky, and someday I'll try to do a full tutorial on zippers for y'all. If you're interested, just let me know. But anyway, here we are sewing up all the rest of our seams together. Now I'm just going to trim all of the edge with some pinking shears. It just helps prevent the fraying of the fabric after it's sewn together, and it kind of it gets rid of a lot of that bulky fabric from where we made our seam. And here we are, some pretty little cushions for our deck chairs. Okay, now that we have all that hard work done, the planting, we can move on to the fun stuff. We can start decorating the deck. I just really enjoy sitting out on my deck in the summertime and soaking up some sun, or just hanging out with my family, or drinking my favorite beverage. I really like to come out here in the mornings when it's just quiet and peaceful and not a lot of traffic, and I can just enjoy my coffee and listen to the birds sing. It's so sweet and so fun. I love it. So let's go decorate the deck. So behind me here is our little herb garden, and I don't grow a great big garden here because we have such a short growing season, so I don't get to grow an awful lot, but I do love my herbs, and I'm going to take you guys over and show you this cute little garden. Michael and Connor, my son, built this beautiful border around my little herb garden for me. They worked so hard to do this, and it's so cute. I just love it. And when you see it from the deck, it looks like a heart shape, so I'll show that up here for you too. You'll love it. It's so cute. Okay, so this is my little herb garden. I don't have a lot in here right now. Well, I actually can't fit a lot in here. It's a pretty small space. So what I have in here is probably all that I'll be able to put. But this little section over here is actually my wildflower section. So I've got some cosmos growing back here, and this is just an assortment of wildflowers. It's a little more cosmos. I think this is one of those, I can't remember the name of this, but it's supposed to like attract butterflies. And then here I have my allium. It's kind of in the onion family. And these are so pretty when they bloom. Then we have some Italian parsley. Back here we've got our peppers. There's actually two plants there, but they're really close together, so it's hard to tell that they're two, but we've got jalapenos. And then here, that's actually a flower. It's one of those creeping petunias. And then this little daisy the birds brought to me. The birds planted this one for me. So pretty. Or no, that's not daisy, it's a pansy. Sorry, pansy. And then I've got the cilantro here, lemon thyme, German thyme, and some sweet basil, and then of course rosemary. And then that weird little pile of sticks back there is actually dahlias, and I'm hoping that they're gonna start popping up soon. They really are the most beautiful dahlias. They're great big dinner plate ones, and they just are this gorgeous, gorgeous purple color. So I can't wait for those to pop up and start blooming so I can share those with y'all as well. They're so pretty. We had really, really big plans to rebuild our decks and do some landscaping in our backyard this year, but the deck part of our landscaping project for back here is probably going to get put on hold because with the prices of lumber the way they are right now, it's just gonna be kind of cost prohibitive to build our decks compared to what it would have been a couple of months ago or a year ago to build them. So that part's going to get put on hold, but we do have some fun plans for some more landscaping back here, and so I'm super excited to take y'all along as we do some more landscaping. We're going to build a really cool water feature in our backyard, and we just have some plans, so it'll be fun to take y'all along. But so stay tuned for that because that'll be coming hopefully soon. Now we're going to move on to the front yard, and we're going to, I'll just take you through a little tour of what we did in here. We cleaned out the pond. We have a very small pond in the front, which is so, I love it because it's actually right outside my studio window, which is that window right there. So I love it because when I'm in the studio working, I can hear that water feature in the summertime and in the spring and the summer. It's just such a soothing sound. I really love the sound of my pond. And so we cleaned that all out, and every winter I have to, take it down because it gets so cold. And I did leave it up one winter and it completely froze all the way through, and then of course it froze the pump, and so I just didn't work because I thought it'd be kind of fun to freeze the little fountain part, but it actually froze the whole pond. So anyway, little sidetrack there. But so we got the pond cleaned out, and then I just got some flowers planted in all of the window boxes, and then just did a little bit more sprucing up to the front porch, which I'm not quite finished with. There is some things that I still want to do on the front porch, and next week we're going to actually work on some DIY art pieces for your outdoor decor. So we'll get those done, and then I can hang them. We can hang them together. But anyway, let's go tour what we did in the front yard. Here's our little pond area in the front yard. I've got some lilies planted around the pond. At nighttime, those lights are so pretty. I'll have to try to get some footage of the lights for y'all at nighttime. And then I've just got some seagrass, some lavender. Oh, and then let me show you guys this. Look at this cute little pine tree that the birds planted for me. The birds are so sweet to me. They bring me flowers all the time. It is so cute. I really love it. And it's actually getting little pine cones this year. It's a couple years old now, but eventually we are going to have to transplant it because I won't be able to leave it here. And then I also have some pansies these were started from seed, which it's hit and miss. Sometimes I get really lucky starting pansies from seed and other times not so much. And then I've got some lavender, and I have strawberries planted everywhere out here. And then there's the clematis. And then in this window box, we just planted mostly petunias. Some of these pretty black-eyed, or what are these? They're not black-eyed daisies. They're, oh my gosh, I don't remember the names of those ones either, but those are just some fun daisies that we planted. And then mostly just petunias and a little bit of vinca because I like the viney. So this vinca right here, it will start to grow down over the box. It gets really, really pretty. But then we've got some blank walls. So that's what we're gonna do next week. I wanna create some art that we can put up on these walls. That'll be kind of fun. And then over here, we've got my peonies. I keep them in a pot because there's not a lot of room in this little garden out front to keep them. But I've had them in this pot for a few years and they seem to be happy as ever. And this year I'm actually getting a lot more petunias than I have in the past. So I'm excited about that. I love petunias. And then in this pot, I just have some purple-eyed daisies. These ones are actually called purple-eyed daisies, not purple-eyed Susans. So, and I love these. These flowers are so pretty. And then I've got some hostas in here. And these hostas get cute little white flowers on them every year. And then of course, strawberries. Here's a really pretty patch of strawberries. I thinned out the strawberries this last fall because they are just so invasive and they were taking over this whole little garden. But I left quite a few patches of them so that we could still have some strawberries. And then this really pretty red bush, I am not sure what it's called. So if any of y'all know what this is, let me know because I would actually love to know. And then I have my honeysuckle, which I also cut this way down this last fall because it was out of control. So I think it's gonna be a little bit happier though. And it just smells so good when it's in full bloom. I love the smell. It's just such a cute little area. I do like to come out here and sit. It's kind of a sweet little spot. But those two walls on each side of over here and over here are where I want to put something. So we're gonna have to create some kind of a fun DIY project to work on together next week. Okay friends, that is going to conclude today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I sure did. I enjoyed being able to just finally be outside and enjoy some sunshine. It just felt so good. I enjoyed having you guys come along. I hope you had fun touring around the gardens with me a little bit, even though I realize it's nothing huge and spectacular, but for me it's just my sweet little haven. So I hope you enjoyed it because I really enjoyed sharing it with you. You guys have a great rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you next week as we probably head back into the studio and do a few DIY projects for our outdoor decor. So I will see you guys next week. Bye. You're a good girl. Yes, are you a good girl? Yes, you are. He's my good girl. Bless you. Several little sneezes. Can you say bye to everybody? No, you're gonna just follow me? Can you say bye? Can you say bye to my friends? Say bye to my friends.